All right, so first, Trump drops the gold card citizenship. So, as you guys were just seeing earlier for what I said in the intro, I have huge issues with this shit because, well, based off the way that it looks, there's not full details released around what the gold card is going to look like. But based off previous proposals, we know that basically you can pay as an immigrant coming here like $1 million to just get the automatic citizenship, pretty much. And if you're more corporate sponsored, then you have to pay $2 million, and that would also come with a $15,000 processing fee. So pretty much you could buy your way into citizenship. That's pretty much the game. But we already know Trump. He has that entrepreneurship mind. He came in from the real estate industry. He's pro H-1Bs. He tries to act like he's not pro H-1Bs, but obviously we already know with this whole debacle that happened about 2 weeks ago now or so, he was literally saying, like, Americans aren't smart enough. We need the H-1Bs. What's going to happen to these colleges if we don't bring in these H-1Bs? And we're like, fuck these colleges, bro. We're not interested in facilitating other fucking young people from other nations just to keep colleges running. All these colleges are shit anyway. 90% of colleges gotta go, to be honest. These are there's liberal indoctrination camps. Niggas are becoming deranged. They go to this bitch. Your daughters go to this bitch. Niggas go to this bitch, and they just derange you. They don't even really teach you anything. They give you a useless piece of paper that you paid like $50,000 for, and now you're $50,000 in debt, and you can't how to be an entrepreneur. Just set up a lemonade stand outside. Literally, right now, you will learn everything you need to learn about entrepreneurship in one day. Literally. You don't need to go to a fucking 4-year college spending $90,000 to learn about this shit while you spend your Fridays and your weekends going out partying, getting drunk, fucking random people all fucking day. You're just wasting your time. Literally, college, all it does is just waste young people's time, especially a man's time. Like, as an 18-year-old man, you need to get out into the world. You need to be knowing how the world fucking works. In college, you're protected. You don't even know what the fuck's really going on. So fuck a lot of these colleges. We need to break down a lot of these colleges. And quite honestly, the Trump administration needs to be attacking these colleges way fucking more. These colleges aren't teaching anybody anything. You don't want any facilities or institutions that don't actually teach your youth anything. That's how you make your youth not valuable. That's why we have all these affordability crises, because young people aren't actually becoming valuable. They don't actually have real skills at all. They went to school for 4 years. They didn't learn how to literally do anything. They don't even know the basic thing that real skill comes from real experience. That's why they come out of college after 4 years. They're like, why the fuck can I get a job? All these job applications saying I need at least 10 years of experience to get the fucking job. And it's like, yeah, to actually be good at a thing, you have to be doing the thing, not memorizing random information for 4 years straight and then forgetting it immediately after you take a test or write the fucking essay or whatever the fuck. You see what I'm saying? It's like we're just wasting Americans' time, and then we're wondering what the fuck is going on. Honestly, and the government's facilitating it. They're like, "Hey, man, just take out your loans. You'll be all right. You'll make your money." Like, fuck no. This is not a good path. It's fucking stupid. And I'm more than happy to wake a lot of you young guys up. You guys don't need to do this shit. If you guys are interested in making money, you guys actually need to be going into the fucking trades right now. I encourage all of you guys to go into trades. Please go into trades. Because as you guys already know, there's a massive housing crisis going on right now. Like, niggas cannot get houses right now. Niggas can't afford homes. Niggas are not going to be able to get homes till they're 40. Young guys are like, what the fuck am I about to do? How am I going to build a family if I'm not going to be able to get a home till I'm 40? Well, nigga, you need to get into the trades, because the primary reason why there's not enough homes, and because of that, the demand is so high, is because we don't have enough people who are building the fucking homes. We need more home builders. We need more brick layers or layerers. So we need more bricklayers, right? And we also need more carpenters, bro. We need more people that are doing work that is actually building houses. We don't need more influencers, more streamers. While I'm being a streamer, because I'm a real ass nigga, but that's not the real reason. But you guys get the point. Like, we don't actually need more of these other types of things. We don't need more people in corporate America, bro. What we actually need is more people who want to do shit with their hands. Because obviously we entered the internet age, early 2000 upwards. We've entered this internet age. So everyone's like, oh, you can make so much money on the internet. I shop on the internet. I shop on the internet. And because of that shift, what's happening is people who do real raw shit with their hands, like construction workers, niggas who are actually building shit, niggas who are actually building integral infrastructure that is crucial for people to build families. Now all of that stuff is vacant. So the opportunity is there now. So for a lot of you guys watching this shit right now, a lot of you guys in the fam, go into the trades, bro. Don't waste your time on buying some $200,000 degree. You come out of that bitch, you're $200,000 in debt, and you're not gonna be able to get a job for like 3 fucking years. You're gonna get you're barely gonna get your foot in the door in some entry level job. And it's gonna take forever for you to rise up the ranks to start making more money to even be thinking about affording a house. Because during that time, you're gonna be having to think about paying off your student loans at the same time. Like, fuck no, bro. Just come out at 18. You have no student loan debt, right? your own little minor job, whatever miscellaneous jobs around, or even your parents can help you out to get into trades and start learning a trade. You can learn a trade and just start making money, bro. We need more. Not only do I just want you guys to make more money, go where the opportunity is right. You know what I'm saying? Go where you're going to make the most money. The demand is in people who build homes right now. If you build houses, if you're a man who has the ability to help build houses, as I was saying, a bricklayer, a carpenter, a general home builder, bro, then you are going to have a lot of opportunity to make money right now because there's a housing crisis. That's where the demand is. People are demanding these workers, meaning they're going to get financially compensated because that's where the demand is, bro. So I want you guys to go there, not only because you're going to make a lot of money, but you're actually going to be directly serving Americans because that's the biggest issue. Young Americans, that's the real problem. Family building for us is a real fucking big issue right now. That's the biggest issue I would say for young people right now. Like, obviously, from a government standpoint, we got our other issues, but from a literal, like, just base standpoint, because we could talk about the Jews and all this other stuff too. But if we're just talking about a real tangible issue that we got, that nigga, we got to take responsibility for fixing, it's this housing stuff. So I want more of you guys to go in trades, bro. I need more of you guys to get in trades. That's the real issue. We need young guys to be able to build families. We cannot be waiting until we're fucking 40 to build a family. Because a primary thing you're gonna need to build a family is what? You're gonna need a house, bro. You need a house. Like, you're not gonna be raising a family in an apartment that you're renting out. Like, that's just not how it's gonna work, bro. You need to be able to have a home. So I want more young guys to have a home. And even though for us, we're already in the situation, like, it is what it is in terms of, it's going to be difficult to be able to get home till we're 40. That's on us now to just be more financially literate. I've talked about the economy quite a bit in terms of how you should be reacting to shit, how you shouldn't be relying so much on a president to save you economically. Like, oh, he needs to do this tax cut, or he needs to create this benefit, or he needs to give me a $2,000 stimmy check, or he needs to give me a 50-year mortgage and shit like that. Like, no, these are all like halfway solutions that aren't really real or tangible, and actually just put you in more debt. The fuck you look like doing a 50-year mortgage, my nigga? You're gonna die before you get to pay that shit off, bro. You don't have time for that. It's just trying to make broke niggas afford shit, and that never works. You don't try to make broke niggas afford shit. You got to make people more competent financially. You don't just give people money. Giving people money is retarded. It's gay. It doesn't work. You need competence, bro. We've given Africa how many billions of dollars? Half the countries in that bitch are still shitholes, my nigga. That's a primary example on a large, massive scale to show you just throwing money at an issue never solves the problem. It's about the institutions, incentives, and education that solves a problem. If people have the right education and are given the right incentives, you can then fix a problem, right? Just like allowing these young guys to be going to college and be like, okay, just take out this loan and you'll be fine. It's like, bro, that's not enough. That's not tangible. You're just saying go to college, waste a bunch of money, and not even be valuable at all. Like, the incentives are messed up right now. You're motivating kids to go to college. College is not making anybody money. What the fuck are we doing? We're just creating an engine of unvaluable Americans for no fucking reason. So I want you guys to wake up now, wake up right fucking now, go into the trades, my nigga. Build stuff with your hands. Get involved with the hands, my nigga. Use the hands. That's what we need right now. We need people who are good with their hands, my boy. We need it. We need it now more than fucking ever. Get you good with your hands. If you do it, you'll financially be in a better position. Americans will be in a better position overall as well. So I know I went into that whole like side rant there because it's this gold card thing, but it's just like, we got a lot of different issues. So I always try to make sure to go around and cover different things. But at least pulling a little bit back to the gold card issue, right? Gold card issue. My thing with it is just like, I'm not interested in like paying, or anybody paying to get into the country. That's not my problem. I'm not concerned about, oh, are you willing to pay $1 million to get into the United States? My issue is, are these niggas going to assimilate? Because it doesn't matter if fucking Sanjay comes in here and pays his $1 million. If he comes into these corporations, into these tech firms, and then he's like, okay, I want to hire other Sanjays. I want to make sure other Sanjays get the opportunity. Not, okay, let me make sure the best, most capable people are getting opportunities. No, let me bring in more Sanjays. And that's the problem that people have with these H-1Bs. And honestly, when it comes to H-1Bs, a lot of these niggas aren't even highly skilled. Niggas be at 7-Eleven working at 7-Eleven off of H-1B. So what the fuck? They be working at 7-Eleven off of H-1Bs. Like, nigga, what's highly skilled? What American cannot run a fucking 7-Eleven? What the fuck are we on right now? Americans can run 7-Elevens. We don't need Sanjay and his homies to come here to run a 7-Eleven. Bro, it's literally just a convenience store. What the fuck are we doing? There's nothing highly skilled about that shit. You saying an American is too dumb to run a 7-Eleven? Are we dead ass? Nigga, you literally don't have to do shit. Just stand there and just ring people's food up. like a 16-year-old. A 16-year-old American could do that shit, bro. Like, we do not need some 35-year-old, 33-year-old, or 28-year-old Indian to do that shit, my nigga. Sorry to Bajeets. Stay in fucking India. Fix that country, nigga. Get ready to pooping on the floor and shit like that. You guys need to clean up that fucking river, nigga. Fix that shit. We don't need you over here. So even if you're willing to pay, even if you're willing to pay the $1 million, which most immigrants aren't, and I guess the main point here is to basically be like, hey, we've raised the standard for what it takes for an immigrant to come to this country because they have to pay to get in here to get their instant citizenship, just straight to the point. But even still, that's not the point. I want people who are going to assimilate here, who are going to become American, not pay, be in America, use this shit like an economic zone, and then dip and get their homies in here and just only hire their homies. That's un-fucking American. That's people just making use of the system, making use of our country, and going back to their shitty ass fucking country. That's not the game here. I want people to come here and then become American. What does that look like? I want them to assimilate. What do I mean by that? I mean, speak fucking English, bro. You need to be able to speak fucking English. I shouldn't be hearing you on my tech support when I got an issue with any of my technology. I'm hearing you. You're like, hello, hello. Sir, actually, like, I don't want to hear any of the Indian accent, my nigga. I need to be training my Indian accent more, but I don't want to be hearing that. Like, nobody wants to hear that. I want to be able to hear you and you have a nice English accent that I can easily understand. And I'm not saying, wait, can you say that again? Wait, can you say that again? Wait, can you say that again multiple times? Like, nigga, I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to be seeing signs in America that are in other languages. What the fuck? It is English. We speak English here. The founding fathers spoke English. They did not speak Spanish. They did not speak Hindu, my nigga. They didn't speak Arabic, bro. Like, they didn't speak French. They spoke English. They spoke English only. So everybody here has to speak English. I don't want to see ethnic enclaves. I don't fuck with a Chinatown. I don't like the Chinatowns. I don't want to see any Chinatowns. I don't like the Somali lands. The Somali land were created in the fucking Minneapolis and Minnesota. I don't fuck with shit like that. That shows a lack of assimilation. That means I only want to be around my people. I don't want to integrate into society. I don't want to actually be evolved in America. I want to create a Somalia in America. Or with Chinatown, I want to create a China in America. Fuck off. Fuck off. That's not assimilation. That's literally not assimilating. You taking your house and then putting your house somewhere else is not assimilation. Excuse me. That's not assimilation, bro. That you're not assimilating by doing that shit. That's just you taking your house and putting it somewhere else and saying, my house is here. I'm still gonna do the same shit. No, when you're becoming American, you're becoming a different person. You're not who you were when you were in India. You're not who you were when you were in China. You're not who you were when you were in Mexico or Africa and Afghanistan, nigga. You're becoming American. You speak English here. You respect that this is a Christian nation, right? You are civil. You're not committing any dumbass crimes. You're not doing any dumb shit, and you speak English. That's like it's not even that hard. You just need to train to do it. You don't stay in an ethnic enclave, meaning you're not just around your people. You don't just stay in your little ethnic enclave. Everyone, because like the reason why the ethnic enclaves, the reason why I have such a big issue with that is because what happens is these niggas don't speak English. They don't integrate into American society. They maintain that that foreign accent. It's not even just with the Indian accents. Any accent, like they maintain that accent because that's how they haven't been around Americans enough. You can see the difference between immigrants that have clearly been here and have assimilated to American society, right? I have many aunts and uncles because, like, at least from my background, I'm Nigerian and Cameroonian. I'm a first generation here. So I've seen them assimilate. I've seen them actually be able to speak English, and you couldn't even tell where they're from anymore because they've actually assimilated fully into society. They understand American society. They understand American culture. They've assimilated. They do good work here. Everything is great. There's no problem with that. That's great. Everybody fucks with that. I don't fuck with okay, you're maintaining your language. You're only staying around the people that you want to stay around. You don't spread yourself out. It fucks shit up. It fucks shit up. It makes that's the shit that we don't like because it means that you care. It makes you care more about your other nation. We know you're not here to serve this nation. So even if you're willing to pay $1 million to get in this bitch, get your little gold card. Oh, look at me. I got my little gold card. I'm in this bitch now. Like, nah. Like, I just know that these people aren't serious. So what I personally want, especially from the Trump administration, is to actually see an assimilation process. Let me see how niggas are really going to assimilate. Like, talk to me about that. Like, if you, instead of, okay, they got to pay $1 million, I'm like, okay, what does the assimilation process looks like? What does that look like? How do you know that this person coming to the country is actually going to learn English and that they're not going to stay in an ethnic enclave and they're going to respect that this is a Christian nation and not publicly practice whatever other faith that they have, whether they're Hindu, Muslim, or whatever the fuck else? How do you know they're not going to be dual allied? Are we forcing them to revoke their other citizenship? Because that's a massive one. That's a big one, especially coming from this young, hot-blooded America First movement going on right now. We don't want anybody dual allied, bro. We do not want anybody connected to fucking Israel. I don't want to hear about Israel ever again. I'm telling you, by 2030, I better not hear shit about Israel. I better not hear shit. Because anyway, as I was saying yesterday, that's the year where everything going to change. Like, to me, that's when the game going to change. That's when we're going to get a lot of young guys and a lot of positions of power. And America First is really going to take over, whether it's the culture or the government. That's what I'm looking forward towards right now. That's what I'm training you guys for. That's what I'm training myself for right fucking now. So point being is, I don't want to hear shit about Israel. I don't want to hear shit about another nation. I don't want to hear shit about another nation at all. Because that dual allied shit, that waving under flag shit, it's got to fucking go. It's stupid. It's retarded. It's like, you're an enemy and you're on our soil. What the fuck are we doing? Why haven't we gotten rid of you? Why are you even still here? Like, what the fuck are we doing? You shouldn't even be here. You shouldn't even be within the borders. So we got to force everybody who comes to this country, if they even think about it, you got to revoke your other citizenship. You can't go back to your other country, bro. If you're coming to America, you're American. That's it. You don't just get to go back to your other country. You don't just get to escape when it gets bad. I even saw a video on TikTok a while ago, some girl like spazzing out talking about hey, look, they're trying to do this shit. They want to force us to stay here. I want to be able to go back just in case shit get bad. I don't want to have to give up my citizenship. I'm pretty sure this was in reference talking about, it might have been birthright citizenship. I'm actually not sure, but she was basically going fucking crazy over like some shit that was going on where it's like, oh, I don't want to have to go back. I don't want to have to commit to this country. When shit goes bad, I want to be able to go back to my other fucking country. I'm like, bitch, this is exactly fucking why we need to have laws against. We need to have allegiancy laws. We actually need to have this shit because this is how people think. Like, let's not be foolish. Can we be a serious nation? That's all I ask, nigga. I want us to be a serious nation. I want us to actually care about our people. I actually want us to care about our fucking borders. I want us to be real. The psyoping is over. Oh, you're racist. You're discriminatory. Yes, nigga. I'm excluding you niggas. I'm excluding niggas. I like having borders. I like being a real country. I like being serious. I like forcing people to change their behavior if they want to live here. America's not like you just walk in and walk out. You come in America, being American is different, bro. You have no other allegiances. You speak English. You're not in any ethnic enclaves, and you're a civil individual who integrates into society. You respect that this is a Christian land, and you don't practice your faith openly in public. You do it in private only, and you respect that as a Christian land, and you even convert to Christianity if you can. I'd love for everybody who comes to this country to give their life to Christ. I'd love it. It'd make the country way better. I want us to actually have a cohesive moral consciousness again, too, by the way. We have a serious morality crisis in this country as well. We got these liberals and leftists that are absolutely deranged. They are basically playing God. They don't believe in, God giving them what is right and wrong. They don't believe in the 10 Commandments. They don't believe in any of that shit. They have their own commandments. They have their own way of living. That's why they see Charlie Kirk dying. They can celebrate so openly, so happily, so gleefully because they don't believe anything, guys. The morality is gone. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? We can't have these people who not only are coming to our country illegally, right, that are obviously enemy combatants, and we have these people who are immigrating to our country and they're able to keep their other allegiance. We have these Zionist fucking Jews in power that are completely allied to Israel, completely talk about being allied to Israel, like Ben Shapiro's dumbass saying, you know what, I only fuck with America as long as America protects Israel. That's my only reason for even being here. I don't even really give a fuck. We could just escape back to Israel anyway. We have Miriam Edelson during their own, all these Jewish organized fucking events. I just go back to Israel, man. Fuck it. Anti-Semitism on the rise. We got our own homeland. Who gives a fuck what happens here? You see what I'm saying? They all have this in the back of their mind. And all these other people who have their other citizenships, they think the exact fucking way. All these Mexicans, they think the same way. We got Mexico. They openly wave the Mexican flag all around, bro. They don't give a fuck. They came here for the economic opportunity. The minute that they don't need the economic opportunity, they leave. Bro, they even be visiting their countries on vacations, guys. Y'all know that? These niggas will say, oh, I'm seeking asylum. I'm coming to this bitch. And then go back to the country that they're seeking asylum from. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? I thought you were trying to escape. Nigga, why are you going back for vacation as if it's all chill? And it's just like, oh, I want to go back to the homeland. You see what I'm saying? These people don't care about fucking America. And it's so annoying because we have no standards around it. We just watch as people just use America as an economic zone. They vote for legislation that does not serve actual real Americans that love this country and only serves them. They don't give a fuck. And obviously, these are all these fucking Democrats that should be in jail, quite honestly, not even a debate, are facilitating this nonsense because all they care about is retaining power. They don't care about America. They don't mind it falling. AOC, even herself during an interview, was saying, this version of America wasn't meant to last. Her dumbass. This America wasn't meant to last. Well, yeah, when your country's getting fucking invaded and you have politicians that hate the fucking country and are just anti-American, quite frankly, quite blatantly, quite obviously, Not even like it's not even like it's not obvious. They blatantly say they don't like America. They don't like what America's built on. Fuck the founding fathers and shit like that. You had Mondani literally flicking off Christopher Columbus. It's like, nigga, these niggas just don't like anything that involves America at all. Well, yeah, of course it's not gonna last. Because we have so many fucking invaders on all sides. None of all these people in America that are not fucking assimilating, all these Somalians that are not assimilating, black people that are being violent as fuck. The women hate the men now. Feminism is on the fucking rise. We got a politicians that are just allowing the borders to fly fucking open. So all the illegals come into this bitch and be able to vote in our elections and only vote for the side that is going to give them free shit, give them their free Medicaid, give them free housing, and protect them from ICE agents just trying to enforce border laws. Like, are we actually dead ass? This is our current country. We're not a serious country at all. By no metrics are we a serious country. I don't look at America right now and think we're a serious country where we actually, enforce shit. And then you got Trump on the side saying, hey, man, look at us. We got our little gold card, though. We got to force niggas $1 million to get an instant citizenship. I don't give a fuck. I'm not interested in the bread. Can we just be a serious country? Culture comes before finance. I don't care. The money's not worth it. Would you guys give up your money for your soul? Would you guys actually give up your soul for money? That's a real question. If I said, hey, here, I'll give you $1 billion, bro. I'll give you $1 billion right now. No issues, no question to ask. But I control everything you do now. I control when you sleep. I control when you wake up. I control what you say. I control how you move your body. I control everything about you. You can't even say anything that you think, everything in your mind. You have to hold it in. You can't do anything. I'll give you $1 billion. All you niggas are saying a fat ass. No, I ain't doing that shit. Well, some of you niggas are lame. Lead the fam, by the way. If you would actually say, oh, yeah, I'd give up myself, fuck you. Because that means you'd also lie. You'd lie to other people. You don't really give a fuck because that's how much money matters to you. But like, no, America's not an economic zone. It's an idea. It's an idea that our founding fathers were willing to fight and die for. And I want to enforce the idea. The money isn't worth it. If we can make a lot of money in America, of course, I want us to produce things again. I want young men to go into trades and build houses. I want us to be a manufacturing country again. I don't want us to rely on China all fucking day to build everything. I'm tired of seeing my shit saying made in China. I want it to say made in the US. I want niggas in China. I want young niggas in China to have their shit. They're looking at their shit. They're looking at the back of it and it says made in the US. I want that shit, bro. I want them to know this is what we got going on. Young men over here are serious and they're building their country. I want to see that. That's what I'm interested in. That's what I'm fucking with. I'm not fucking with anything else other than that. So fuck this gold card thing. Who cares, bro? And we're tired of the fucking stunts anyway, bro. We don't care about gold cards today. Bro, you're not even, bro, Trump's not even deporting enough niggas. You're dropping a gold card citizenship. You're not even deporting enough people. We're going to be at max maybe 2 million people deported by the end of the 3 years, by the end of his final term here. We're like, bro, you're not even getting rid of enough of these invaders, bro. And you're dropping a gold card citizenship. Who gives a fuck? It's just the stunts. I'm telling you, this administration is shit in a lot of ways, bro. It's just not serious enough. It's not far right enough. It's not anti-Israel enough. It's way too pro-immigration still. I'm gonna be honest, it's way too pro-immigration. The fact that Trump even had the gall to mention that H-1B shit 2 weeks ago shows where the fuck we are. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It really shows where the fuck we are. The fact that he had the gall to just say, oh yeah, Americans, they're not smart enough. We need them. We need the H-1Bs. Oh, the colleges are gonna go out of business. Who gives a fuck? The colleges aren't even teaching nigga shit anymore. It's just teaching people to agree that, you know what, actually maybe there is a billion genders and shit. Like that's literally what colleges teach people now. They don't even teach people how to actually do good things. Bro, let me tell you something crazy. If I took a high schooler and put them right next to a college student and I was talking to them, discussing with them about any intellectual topic, their level of intelligence would be virtually the same. Isn't that crazy? You wouldn't be like, bro, there was a time in this country where if you went to college compared to if you were a dropout, the level of difference in intelligence was staggering and blatant and obvious. You could just tell someone, like, yep, they're educated. I could tell they went to school, they're fucking educated. But now, bro, it's like literally a high school 18-year-old is as smart as like a 24-year-old that went to college, bro. You could literally not tell the difference in intelligence. If you ask them questions, even just about general things, about the world, how the government works, how money works, they would be able to answer virtually on the same level. The college student would maybe be on a slightly, only slightly. You wouldn't be able to tell the fucking difference between the two. That's how you know we've royally fucked up in terms of education. If someone over here paid $200,000 for education and then someone over here did not, and they have virtually the same intelligence, that's a huge problem. That's like Armageddon. That's a fucking crisis, y'all. That's a crisis. If I pay $200,000, $90,000 for an education, bro, and I'm not just immensely smarter than the average nigga that just graduated from high school, there's a huge fucking problem there. It means I wasted my bread. I didn't actually get any value of what the fuck I just paid for. And now I'm in this debt that I can never escape and never hope to escape unless I do some other things. I get a bunch of jobs and start my own fucking business, which you should have just done way before this with the $90,000 that you did not waste and spend. You see what I'm saying? You can spend $90,000 on building a literal business in that time of 4 years, and you'll be making significantly way more money without any fucking debt. I know I keep going back to the cost shit, but I'm just saying because it's really fucking crazy, and that's the real problem that a lot of young niggas are dealing with, bro. That's the real problem that you guys are dealing with. So make sure you guys get into that trades. As another reminder again, guys. You guys got to get into the trades. But I was back to the Trump admin. I'm like, bro, like all this stuff. I'm tired of the stunts, bro. That's what I'm saying. In this administration, I'm tired of the stunts. So I'm like, this administration, it's shit, bro. It's over. MAGA is so beyond dead. This gold card thing is a stunt. Nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares. You're not even deporting enough niggas. You were pro H-1Bs. Like, who cares about a gold card forcing immigrants to pay $1 million? And it's what's funnier. The immigrants will pay $1 million. These Indians or Chinese niggas will pay $1 million, and they'll just be hiring their own people and go back to fucking China and India. They don't give a fuck about America. So cool. You're gonna force people who don't give a fuck about America. You're gonna allow them to pay $1 million to come to the country, but they don't care about America. That's the problem we have. That's the issue all young Americans have. It's not about the money, bro. We're concerned about why aren't Americans getting prioritized? Why don't we prioritize the culture and the beauty of this nation? Why don't we enforce that? Why are people dual allied? Why do we give so much money to fucking Israel? That's where our problems lie. Because we care about everybody else and we don't care about Americans. We don't care about Americans. He's not worried about incentivizing young Americans, to get into the trades. He's trying to do these little sly ploys and tactics. Oh, here's 50-year mortgage. Oh, here's a $2,000 stimulus check. It's like, you see what I'm saying? He's trying to get you guys fucking distracted. It's just distracting shit. It just sounds cool. Oh, little gold card. Ooh, we get a little gold card. My card's gold. Look at this. Like, come on. Who cares, man? Who gives a fuck? So anyway, administration is dead in a lot of ways. Who cares about gold card citizenship? We already have massive, massive issues with people not assimilating to our country, and we need to worry about that. We really need to worry about that shit. It was only like last week that he's like, you know what? We should probably not allow fucking third worlders into our country. We just shouldn't allow these niggas to come in. Like, we just thought of shit like that. Why were we even thinking it was a good idea to let niggas who are coming from fucking GTA lobbies in Somalia to come here? Why did we even think that'd be a good idea? These niggas only know backwards. They don't know forwards. They don't know what a serious nation looks like. So you would think they would come here without any training, by the way, because we don't have any training. We don't train people to be American. We don't explain it to them. They just come. They just say, yup, I'm American, and they're still speaking their foreign language. They still have their accent saying, I'm American. I swear my oath to this nation. They're still fucking loyal to their other nation. They just say that shit. Now they're here. We have no accountability around making people serious Americans. So you think if they came from some booty shit country, some war-torn, fucked up country, where you're marrying your brother and sister and there's a ton of like incest and all this other gay backwards shit, you think they're going to come here and like, you know what, I'm American now. It was never going to work. It was never going to work. So, it's even unfortunate we just got a ban on that. And then now he's dropping this gold card citizenship. It's like, bro, yeah, Trump is just a part of an administration that is way too moderately conservative and way too pro-Israel at the end of the day. We got to be looking ahead. Now, I just want to keep reminding you guys that we got to be looking ahead. This administration is not it. It's not the one. It's not the one that's going to be powerful. It's not the one that's truly revolutionary. Back in 2016, maybe it was. It was definitely needed. The reformist type mindset, like Trump saying, "Oh yeah, I ain't taking money from no donors and shit like that. I'm blowing up the fucking system. Populism. It's about the people. The people deserve the power." Yeah, that was great in 2016. We needed that. We need to break away from the political correctness. Everybody's hiding. The whole Obama. Nice, sharp, articulate. Being nice with their words. No, we need to be a lot more crass and obvious because we've just had this slow descent to nonsense, to just regression as a nation. We're not powerful. We're not out there. People don't feel our weight. They don't feel our aura anymore. So, Trump is a part of an administration that is just, it's gone now. We need something further right. We need something a lot more hot-blooded, aggressive, America first, Americans only. We need that. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm excited for. So we got to look to the future nonetheless. Okay.